Greetings and welcome back to another tier list video. In this video, we're of course taking a look at the melee weapons of Armored Core 6, and joining me is a good friend of the channel and a fellow content creator, Ronin's Ghost. He posts tons of PvP montages, mainly melee focused stuff, so I figured it'd be pretty cool for him to join me in ranking these melee weapons. We've already taken a look at the kinetic and energy primary weapons, so if you want to see those lists, feel free to check them out. And yeah, big thanks to Ghost for joining me for this list, and without further ado, let us begin. Of course, you are a melee man enthusiast, so I expect some pretty cool takes. Number one,
I am one of those.
He is one of the melee mans of all time. He's my goat. All right, the pile bunker. What do you think?
It has good application, good damage when paired with Basho, but you need to set it up right. If you don't have the weapons to pair up with it, it's not as good as it could be.
Well said, Robin.
So yeah, really strong on the one-shottable staggering punishing, or they only need 2 stagger once and then punish, unless it's a heavyweight or a tank, which is the same thing. But the drawbacks is, yeah, you need to really be built into it, as it's not as easy as other melee weapons indeed. You either need to have the bunk in your hand by the time you stagger to secure the punish of the charge attack, or have a way to extend the stagger, or just time it really well. Usually pretty easy with a melee cancel, or melee swap cancel with, say, the charge Harris pulse blade. Before you shoot the Harris charge attack, you actually initiate the swap to get your bunker off your back, and while you're shooting, it will cancel that swap animation, instantly putting the bunk in your hand. It is definitely one of the best, however not as easy / accessible as the others, as it does require a bit of consideration, more consideration than others anyway when building into it. So in my opinion, I would say it's A tier. Like potential is S, but its usual use, I would say it's an A, because it's a little harder than the others, but it is super good.
I'd say it's bottom end A, top end of B, depending on how you are. If you're capable with it, you're competent with it, it's an A tier weapon for sure. For some that aren't as good with it and don't know how to set it up properly, or they try and set it up and it doesn't go their way, like say you do the stagger, set it up right, you're ready to charge bunk, but then you get staggered by, say, missiles or something that come in from above. You kind of cucked then you've got to retreat and reset.
True, so, and if your angle's a little off, sometimes you'll just hit them but not actually hit them, where you do no damage but it does a little stagger animation, which is crazy. But yeah, so I'd say if you master the tech of like,
I'm happy to leave it an A.
Yeah, if you master the tech of Blade Harris Bunk, it's S for sure, but most of the time it's going to be A, as it's just a little hard to pull off than the other melees, but still super good.
Are we counting explosive throw as a melee just because it's in the category?
Yes, we are. Hey, so our conversation about whether or not the explosive thrower should be considered a melee weapon was a little extensive, so I'm going to interject this to make it quick and simple. The explosive thrower is a melee weapon, although unique, in that it is categorized with the other melee weapons in the garage. It behaves like a melee weapon in its functionality, in that you can only equip it on the left arm or shoulder. However, it does reload instead of cooling, and it does explosive damage. It doesn't scale with melee specialization, which is why its part specs classify it as a firearm rather than a melee weapon. So yeah, of course they couldn't give it the melee spec symbol, as it doesn't scale off of melee specialization. But why not? Because it is not a specialized melee weapon. It is a hybrid. Also would be probably pretty busted if it scaled off melee spec as well. So yeah, hopefully this argument is sufficient, and you understand why I'm ranking it with the other melee weapons. Because although it doesn't scale, it behaves just like a melee weapon, which very much just makes it a unique melee weapon. A hybrid, indubitably. Anyway, back to the tier list, or special.
Its appearance in the reveal trailer alone is, I think, what sold it for a lot of people.
It is really cool.
Myself included. But at best, it is a shield cosplay tool. It has potential if you set it up right. Like all the melee here. If you set it up, it's good. Good for area denial more than it is straight up damage. If you got someone charging at you, just let it out in front of you, they then take the brunt of it.
See, I played with the explosive a lot. Its biggest strength is its impact buildup and its area, obviously, and its reload is so fast. This paired with something like an Estrogen, or back in the day with a Viento, was insane. It is not, and on Tetra especially, this and hammer on Tetra is so nice and so good.
There's not a playstyle I have dabbled into because I do not like tetrapods.
Oh, you gotta try some Lamb and Geyer. It's really fun.
I refuse to bow down to the Llama Hammer.
What do you mean? The Llama Hammer goat head. But yeah, so I think it's a great complementary weapon. Obviously, damage is insane as it doesn't scale. But yeah, its complementary ability to build up stagger and initiate combos, say explosive thrower into Zim, complemented by a 6 cell and or 10 cell and or Huxley, into Zim, into stagger punish, and then you even probably have enough time to swipe back to the explosive thrower and get a little bit extra direct hit damage off of that as well, because the reload is so fast, even if it's on your back. Overall,
I might have to start using it more. I'd leave it where it is. C sounds pretty good.
I think it's too bad, because that's the thing. Mid, like as a melee on its own, I would definitely say it's mid, because it's not good as a stagger punish necessarily.
It's good to set up, but it's not good as the punish.
It's great on Tetra. It's great with other melee weapons.
This sounds like the video that should have been like this combo of weapons, this melee combo. This is the way this is going.
We can rank melee combos as well, but that's the thing. When it comes to ranking these weapons, like we did in the other tier list as well, we take into consideration how good they are at their own individual job / how good they are with other stuff. Most melee weapons are great as stagger punishes, which means they need lead up. Although some, like charge pulse blade or even explosive thrower or hammer, can be used outside of stagger and do a lot. So I would say explosive thrower is good because you can use it outside of stagger punish and even as a stagger punish extending. I wouldn't use this as my direct stagger punish. You can use it at the end of any stagger punish.
You could use it as the setup and then use it as the tail end.
Little cherry on top. All right, so we have with a good weapon.
I'm happy to leave it in B.
Right, next up, the double triple, the chainy saw.
I have no input. I have not used it.
It's pretty neat. It's obviously very similar to the pile bunker in that the damage is enough to one-shot off. With the charge attack is enough to one-shot stagger punish and just kill most builds, even heavies to the most part, or for the most part anyway. But yeah, much like the bunk though, you kind of need it in your hand and rev it up before you go in. Otherwise, you won't have enough time.
Take a little bit.
Yeah, if you have like 2 Zims and a chance on your back, you stagger. You probably won't have enough time to switch, charge, and then go in. The charge is very fast, but usually the time to swap to a weapon that doesn't have any type of lunge attack, which this does have a lunge attack. This actually does, the charge attack scales with your melee thrust. So you can stagger from pretty far away. As long as you have this in your hand, you can zip right on over. I was fighting a dude in ranked and he had double majestics, lightweight double majestic chainsaw. You would shoot the bazooka. If it hits, you shoot your left one. If it hits, you got the impact. Alright, switch to your chainsaw. Then you shoot the right one. If it staggers, you already have this in your hand, so you can just charge up instantly and go for these stagger punish. And because it scales, you run like Flugel or Kinkaku. Probably Flugel for more versatility because you have bazookas. Yeah. You will just zoom in and you'll get the punish because you get that grab. They are in it for the long haul. Even if they just are out of stagger, you get them with the grip, the death grip. Even outside of stagger, you can raw grip them, and then they will get staggered and or get the stagger punish locked in, and they'll take a lot of damage. I would say this is another kind of, this is like the bunk if you had to pay even more attention to how it works. It's also heavier, I think.
So we've got the Ashweed, which is the bunk, and then we've got the chainsaw, which is the bunk we have at home.
Kinda, yeah. I think it's like
I'm happy to leave it in B, buildable. But it is like the tail end of B.
Maybe we'll come back to this compared to what else we land in here, but for now, I think B's pretty solid. It's a good weapon. It's not like insane, but it's pretty good. All right, next.
Le baton.
Le baton. The most unfortunate melee weapon in the game because it lacks its own identity, unfortunately. What do you think about it?
I haven't used it.
I don't blame you. It needs to have way more static buildup. If it did on its normal attack, and you just like raw beat someone up with the multi-hit and it really built up a lot of stun and it made something worth out of that, that'd be sick. Or you could like shoot off the charge attack, because the charge attack is a pretty good punch, but if it had a lot of range to stick him with it, and then it detonated and did a lot more, that'd be cool. I definitely think it can be built around to be neat, but never like highly competitively viable or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, it is very, very similar to the laser dagger, but worse than it in pretty much every way. All right, but yeah, stun baton. Oh man, bad? Yes. Trash? I think trash. I mean,
trash is just hurting it too much. We've got to be a little bit sympathetic.
You can use it. It's just like, why would you ever
It's usable. Dagger. It has potential. It's just I haven't seen anyone using it personally, in my opinion, and I haven't used it myself.
Yeah, I'd say it's bad. All right.
There would be no reason to run anything but the baton. But the dagger's here, so this is a very clear S.
John dagger. S, huh?
This is a very clear S.
I don't disagree. The charge attack is good. Slingshot maneuver is really cool. 1000%. So yeah, great with Wooger. Great with slingshot tech. Great on any melee set, especially with assault armor.
It's good if you need something to bring you down in the weight. It is so light and it's so good on recharge.
It recharges instantly. Oh which is what gives
It
it
has-
its assault boost
you-
or assault armor.
Laser
synergy.
dagger AA is the best punish.
It is so nice. It is so good.
If you time the dagger, if you stagger with dagger 1, do the 2 hit the AA, and then you can hit dagger again, and they're dead.
Yep, yes, sir. And if they
it's
don't
the-
die somehow, you just shoot them with whatever you have on your right hand, which can be a charged
Which-
Luger,
that's-
could be a Zig,
or a Zig.
could be a charged Harris, could be a bazooka. It could be anything that's great with melee. Yeah, honestly, yes, it's just so good.
It
It's
has to
so good. All right, so now
One of my favorite weapons, the laser blade.
Yes,
The
sir.
Beyblade.
Spinny man, Beyblade, let it rip. What do you think about the Beyblade?
It has helped me a lot in some situations, and if you get the second swing on the end kill cam and you're looking away from it, there is just aura farming potential.
Aura, yeah. I haven't used it all too much, as most of the time I swap it out for something better like Pulse Blade. Most of the times I fight someone with Laser Blade, it's super counterable. Did it a lot in the melee 1v, not melee, cosplay 1v1 tournament not too long ago, where you can just bait it out and then, they're just stuck in that animation of the charge attack and it's so easy to punish.
That is,
I
that
will
is one
say-
of the downsides to it. Is
Oh, yeah,
the
it's very
long animation for charge attack.
Mhm.
It is
If you don't
quick
use
on
it
the
well,
uptake if you use just the standard
Yeah, the
instead of
normal
having to go
attack
full
does a lot of
charge.
impact, recharges quick, and is very quick.
It is the most armored core bladed weapon because it is the standard blade attack from every other generation as
Seen
far as
that,
I can
yeah.
tell.
Yeah, so very counterable if you use it too offensively when it comes to the charge attack. The charge attack is so good defensively to shut down a rush-in, but I see too many people use it offensively as like an engagement when all the enemy
Yeah.
has to do is just jump above you or go below you while you do it, and then you're just there sitting in animation while they just pelt you.
I've had that happen.
So I would say it's kind of
I've-
mid.
I've been the
A lot
victim to
of
it.
times it can just like you want to use a melee weapon to either like close distance or initiate a stagger, initiate a combo or a stagger
Hmm.
punish. This is good as a stagger punish sometimes. Although if you use a charge attack as a stagger punish, depending on the terrain, you might just slip and then completely go over them or something like that. If the positioning is a bit off, especially if it's vertical,
Yeah,
sometimes you'll just be swinging
That is
away.
that is one of the
Maybe hit
downsides
him
to
with
it.
one of the actual 2 swipes, which is rough. So yeah, I would say it's kind of mid. It can be pretty solid, but most of the time it's
I'd
just
put it with the
less
I'd put
than
it with the
other
thrower.
weapons.
Personally, I'd put it with the thrower.
Thrower? I feel like thrower has more implications and use cases than the laser blade, though. Because like compared to other weapons,
I'll concede and leave it in mid.
okay, we'll be mid for now.
But
We'll see.
I would consider it with chainsaw and thrower, personally.
Oof, I see. I think like these have a little more use cases and more potency in their individual niche. This one seems a little inconsistent.
If you get the double swing and you have them in the right moment, it can kill.
Oh, for sure. But I feel like most people are wiser to it, though. I feel like if it had more surprise tactic, like if the swing was faster, that'd be cool. You should be able to cancel it. If you can cancel it, I think that'd be pretty nice.
If you could cancel after the first spin, yeah,
You can
you'd
cancel
see
the
it a lot
hammer.
more.
Hammer has 2 swings, and yet you can cancel off the first one. So, all right, so now, pretty cool weapon, the laser slicer, John Rusty's twin blade. What do you think about the pole blade?
When paired with the pulse blade, if you set it up, this can kill.
Devastating.
It has great potential. I paired this copying Solo's build from his day and night video because he had a Kurosawa pulse blade and the spinner. Full charge Kurosawa, but you do a charge pulse blade first, quick boost, and then start the swap, let the sour off, and then hit him with the switchblade.
Yep, that's the animation cancel like you do with the Harris or bazookas.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Charge attack 2, yeah, but the charge attack does take some time to actually spin up and go for it, which is so rough. Yeah, I would say this is I've always loved like twin blade type weapons, so I really wanted this to be better, but its normal attack is just, in my opinion, a worse laser dagger, and its charge attack is a worse pulse blade, making it cover no niche that it can cover individually. I think it does do more overall damage than the laser dagger, but the laser dagger comes back so quick and does enough damage on Basho that you'll probably kill them within a couple more shots.
If you do the DPS calculations, the dagger will edge it out every time because of its quick recharge time. If we had the coral fucking spinner blade,
that'd be crazy.
There'd be so many Darth Maul cosplays.
Oh yeah, you know it. I would say it's unfortunately kind of falls for me at least in C as well because again, it's just a lesser dagger and pulse blade in both its categories. And it doesn't really have anything else that's crazy unique about it that makes it shine above. Very similar to Laser Blade.
I'd put it above the laser blade because it has more potential, and you see the spinner a lot more than you do the laser blade.
If I don't take into consideration either or, it is pretty solid on its own, but it is worse than them. So despite,
I'm content with it in C, just moving it above the laser blade.
Is it? It's a good weapon. It's just not as good. Yeah, no, I think good makes sense because it's good on its own. It does a lot of damage. It's fine. Very similar to the dagger, but the dagger is 2 tiers above because it is just better, and this is 2 tiers below because it is just not as good. It's good. It can one-shot stagger a lot of people.
It's good, but it's not pile bunker good.
Exactly. It's not great. Good, not great. All right. Ooh, now one I like a lot. That I wish I was a little more consistent with netcode, but yeah, it is what it is.
Another weapon I haven't touched.
Ooh, it's nice. I like it. I've used it quite a bit in the past, and especially using it now recently with the Gurren Lagann build. It is so fun. Normal attack, okay, nothing that crazy. It's kind of just, it's like the pile bunker.
The charge attack is good for closing distance.
It's good for
that
melee
much
canceling.
I have seen.
That's true, and it's good for just getting a hit of damage if you mistime your stagger punish and you don't have enough time for the charge attack. It is a very hard weapon because it's also very counterable, similar to the laser blade, in that if you, I see most people use this, I kind of just bait it out a little bit and just watch them, you know, get stuck in their animation flying. But
yeah,
unlike
they fly at you and you just fly up.
Exactly, and their second animation allowing you to pelt them, kind of though. Unlike the laser blade, when you're stuck in this animation, you whiff. You're at least moving pretty damn fast that you're dodging a lot, and you're not completely vulnerable like you are with the laser blade. If you miss this charge attack, you're cooked. If you miss this charge attack, you're pretty fine. It's unfortunate you missed, but pretty fine. Also cools down pretty quick. If it lands outside of stagger, you land most of it, it will one-shot stagger most builds, which is great to combo into other things. And if you, of course, hit him on a stagger punch with this, it can one-shot most builds. Just like most melee can, but this one does similar damage like the pile bunker in terms of
it's a pile bunker with a Vanguard over boost slapped onto it.
It is, yeah. Less damage, but more, you know...
Less damage, more speed.
Bunker. Exactly. Great stagger punish. Great outside of stagger punch. Good for heavyweights to get around fast if they want to use that, which is pretty cool. True. Well, it's not exactly the most
why I
for
haven't used
lightweights, as it is pretty heavy, but oh man, it's nice. I recommend giving it a try. It's so fun. When it hits, it hits. When it doesn't, that's unfortunate, but you know, it's not the end of the world. Unlike this. All right, now pretty damn nice one, which I suppose you haven't played with a whole lot, at least not in Tetra. But have you played around with the hammer outside of Tetra?
I've used it a little bit.
Hammer.
By just trying to cook up ideas.
Hammer, it probably has the most impact per normal attack out of all the other melees, which makes it super good on most builds. If you any build that can kick, it can kick into the melee. Tetrapod, great. Reverse joint, great. Maybe even better. But even on bipedal or tank, you can kick into hammer super seamlessly, and it is so good because you're essentially getting 2 kicks in terms of impact build up and a lot of damage.
And with Tetris in hover and tanks, you're not stationary.
It's good anti-rush down. It's good rush down. It's good stagger punish. It's good just naturally outside of stagger as a quick little, you know, something. It does stagger you unless you're on Tetra or tank, which is a little rough, but it makes sense given how good it is. Its charge attack is worthless, but yeah, it is so good.
Would you say it's better than the explosive throw?
Oh yeah, 1000%. In fact, I'd probably say hammer's S tier in my opinion off rip. Better than the bunk? I would say kind of yeah, because you put this on a lamb, it goes insane. You dig it off of a lamb, it's still insane. It's like the hammer thrower or the explosive thrower on crack. I'd say it's like the dagger because it and the dagger have so many similarities in how they're so versatile with so many things. There's a lot of cool techs with them. So yeah, I would say it's S. It's the best, one of the best melee weapons there is. Because you can stop it in any build, heavy, light, medium, any legs. It's solid. Yeah, I would definitely recommend giving it a try. It is great. I just wish we could decal weapons because I would cover it in runes.
Yes.
And make it look like Mjolnir as it is the hammer.
Yes.
That'd be so cool. That'd be so sick. Please, DLC, allow us to emblem and decal weapons. That'd be so cool. All right, now we have John Pulseblade.
S tier.
I mean,
it can't not be.
Yeah, it has a lot of implications. It's strong outside of stagger with the charge attack. It's great inside of stagger with the double attack. It's great when paired with other weapons. It's great as a double. Oh yeah, super popular. And for good reason. It's great and it's easy. So yeah, I'd say the best. Makes sense. S tier. One of the best. Now for the regular Moonlights, which I guess we can just rank both pretty quickly. Obviously not as the exact same. There might be a tier or so below one another. Probably actually the same tier, I'd say. Because both are cool.
They both do things, and they both are good at different things. Like regular Moonlight is good for charged attacks, but you've got to pair your generator with your Moonlight to get the generator stat damage as well.
If that is
because it has the ability to do that.
The normal Moonlight has the ability to scale with not only melee, like the Redshift Camp, but also energy spec, which means if you go 20B Basho, this can do insane damage, especially on
20B,
charge.
20C Basho. good combination for that weapon.
Moonblade or Moonlights / a bunk or even a dagger, you have to be a little more considerate of what you're bringing in exactly to get the most out of it. Like, you're not going to not bring assault armor when you have a dagger type thing. And there's a pretty nice tech.
Using both, yeah.
Well, not necessarily. You can use both, that's true. Because they're different, you can use both. But there's a nice quick draw strat where you can essentially match your quick boost with throwing out just one of the projectiles, not charged. You can do it super duper fast. It's just a quick boost hit, quick boost, and it is so quick. Or I think it's a quick boost swap, but essentially you just what it looks like is you just quick boost to the side, throw out one blade, and then instantly swap back to your weapon while quick boosting and keep shooting. So you're just sneaking in a little attack without actually stunning yourself for the entire thing. I would only ever recommend, if you're going to use it outside of stagger, use a charge attack in select situations. Otherwise, it's very counterable because it takes a while, which allows them to get above or below or just pelt you into the stagger and take you out.
And like the hammer, it does hold you in place for 2 full swings.
Exactly. Which is why, again, I would never recommend using 2 full swings outside of stagger. Only use the quick draw, or if they're staggered, then go for the 2 swings. Then it's great. Same
with the coral one. It's effectively the same weapon. It just ignores all damage types.
And cool thing as well about coral itself, or not the coral, but the blades themselves. The normal attack extends stagger like a shotgun hit or a punch. So you can even use it to extend stagger into other combos. One that's pretty fun to see. Anything related to stagger, like say any missile to build up enough impact, like Javelin Beta builds up enough impact, charged Harris or Zim, or just use Zim, staggers. Then you hit him with a Pulse Blade, or one Moonlight, single attack, which extends the stagger / does a lot of damage. You then either quick boost or assault boost into the bunk, and you'll secure it because you extended it with the Moonlight. And it
just brings death.
It's really cool. It's probably one of the coolest looking double melee tricks / techniques. Because it's not easy to pull off, but it does look really sick. Stun, 1 Moonlight into the bunk. It's kind of crazy. So overall, where would we rank normal Moonlight? Is it mid? No, it's definitely good. Maybe higher.
Yeah, it wouldn't be mid. If it was mid, you'd see it a lot less than what you actually do.
Charge attack, and you want to 20B or high energy spec gen it, which would require some more building, sacrificing, unlike what you could get with like the bunk. So
it is definitely build tech. Whereas the Coral Blade, you don't have to sacrifice as much because you don't have to worry about your generator choice.
So I would say with quick draw, some nice techs, I would say they both just belong in B. I would say
both sitting good.
All right, now for our last boy, which I do like this one a lot. I understand you like it a lot too. The John Coral Blade, the Oscillator, or technically other oscillators. Both Coral Blades are oscillators, but the Coral Blade itself.
The only vertical swinging blade that we have in the game.
Yarter.
The amount of time I've used it, the ability for any of the various amounts of tech, because it's good for non-charged quick boost cancelling. Unlike the pulse wave where you have to really charge to get the full effect out of it. It's a vertical swing as opposed to a horizontal swing.
Regardless.
Its charged attack is very unique for the game.
The noodle, the charge attack on like heavyweights and stuff like that, tetras and stuff, I find it lands a lot more because again, they're just so heavy they can't get out of the way as fast. Such as bigger targets. It is very nice like that. Outside of that, I would almost never use the noodle. It is so telegraphed, and anytime I see anyone use it, I'm always punishing it, unless it's Demon Blade. Of course, Demon Blade is the exception. If you master Demon Blading,
if you can Demon Blade, this weapon is S tier.
Mid to like A or S. Just buy that alone because it's so cool. And also really good. A lot of impact, a lot of damage. Normal attack is super good. Vertical slash, like I said, is just great because every melee struggles against verticality. That's just the enemy. Even this does to a degree. But its vertical slash helps it out of the more, which is very nice. I believe, at least off eyeballing it, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure off eyeballing it anyway, the normal attack has the most like frames or the longest animation that you can melee cancel into. So you can like let it lead you for a long time, and by the time you're swinging over your head a little bit, you can even still cancel it and go again. So it's like one of the best melee weapons for melee canceling. It's so good, so generous.
It's a good way to learn it. That way you can kind of take that knowledge and apply it to other weapons.
And it does a lot of impact. So you can like lead with this as normal attack, melee cancel in, lead with the normal slash and do a lot of damage, a lot of impact, and then lead to other stuff.
Hit him with the Zim and then swap to the Pulse Blade and then bang.
True. Well, I would lead with the Pulse Blade if you have it in your arsenal. If you have these two, which are great to have, you always want to lead with this one because of the stagger off the charge attack. But you can lead with this with other things like dagger, lead with it, get the impact, Zim, might stagger them very well.
That is why the Aussie dagger exists. That's why I run Aussie dagger.
Hell yeah, dude. So yeah, Coral Blade. I would say the charge attack brings it down naturally, but if you
Yeah,
Demon
that
Blade, it
does.
brings it back up and even further. Its normal attack brings it up a lot. I would say it's definitely in great, but if you master Demon Blading, it's probably S.
If you master the Demon Blade, it is an S tier weapon, regardless of your skill level. In everything else, other than that, I'm happy to leave it an A.
Yo, only because it's so hard. It's like a bunk. It's really good. The potential is S tier, but in most cases,
you've got to have
need
the battle IQ to understand the situations for where these weapons fit the best.
True. Other ones you can kind of slap
If you
on and
don't-
succeed.
if you-
Others
yeah.
you have to think a little more about.
Dagger and pulsar you can slap on, and you know you can do it, but you've got to
Yeah.
think more with your A tier weapons to make them S tier weapons.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's
As objective, that's
is.
probably about as good as it's gonna get. I
Yes,
can't
sir.
see any reason to move anything else.
Of course, if anyone that watches this video disagrees for any reasons, do leave it in the comments. I'll have a pinned comment of this list and any changes that happen to it in hindsight, like I did with the energy list. And of course, check out Ronin's Ghost. He plays with a lot of these melee weapons. A lot of the footage you'll see on this video will be of his gameplay. Some of mine probably for things like Lance, but a lot of his melee, a lot of his gameplay is melee focus. Very cool, unique builds. It's a great time and a very fun time.
I
Very
am
cool
one of those
montages.
melee nuts that just decided I like blades, so I'm just gonna use blades.
You know, I would really like to see some 1v1s between you and, do you know Jack of Blades? He streams on
Yes.
Twitch sometimes. I work right, exactly. You both are on Xbox. I would love to see y'all play a lot because you're both melee enthusiasts.
I have mentioned to him that I'd like to get games in sometime. It's just working around my schedule.
I hear you. I would love to get y'all two together and record some fights. I think that'd be so cool. Two melee enthusiasts talking and fighting. That'd be really cool. Really fun.
Jack, if you're watching, please hit me up.
Exactly, dude. We'll make a group chat, dude. We'll make a whole day of it. It'd be great. And that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, a huge shout out to my channel members, my Egg Crusaders, Arch, Shadow, Metal, Magpie, Hollow, Turbler, and Ronin. Thank y'all so much for becoming channel members. Y'all truly make this content possible. And yes, I hope y'all have yourselves a very, very good one. Peace, and thank you.